It doesn't make sense. Exactly. If you're trying to win, you wouldn't trade away Cobb and you wouldn't trade away Soler. I think actually if Cobb would have
money, they're
exactly
a cheap ass organization.
It's 100% about money. Just getting money off the books. What could have been smart is when Cobb came back, going to a 6-man rotation, because that would have let Birdsong and Harrison pitch less innings because they're closing in on their innings max. And that would also allow Cobb to pitch on one longer day's rest to allow him to come back a little slower.
Man, I swear, the just overwhelming mental letdown of this guy, and how we just think maybe he'll change, maybe he'll learn from his mistakes, and maybe he'll do something right for a change, and just to be disappointed and let down yet again. Another trading deadline. This wasn't quite as bad as picking up the almighty AJ Pollock last year, but it's not much better. Like I said, if they're going to go all in and try to win this thing, then Soler was hot. He was coming around, and Cobb, with all these guys that are on pitch inning counts, their arm is about to fall off. You needed him, so you got rid of 2 key guys. So you really didn't improve. You didn't resell. You didn't really buy. You did what Farhan always does. Stay in that middle lane, man.
Stay in the middle lane. Look at the Marlins. Marlins made a decision to sell.
Love it.
And they have sold everything. And they got about 2 prospects for every player they traded. They started off the season with Arias going, but they got about 18 to 20 new prospects.
Can you do me a favor, Dan, and put on your Marlins hat?
It's right back in the corner there.
Yeah, they killed it. They got so much impact depth now.
Watch Kapler actually in that.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God.
He's gonna make a TikTok video to celebrate.
Good for Kapler though. Good for him. Good for him. The Giant. What I will say about Kapler is, the past 2 years with a worse roster than this year's roster, he did better.
Yeah.
The Giants, the last 2 years did not have a great roster. They had a worse roster than what they have this year, and they performed better than what they're performing this year right now. I'll say it again. They were the first team in the wild card last year at last year's trade deadline. And what did Farhan do? Farhan did nothing. He got AJ Pollock to a first place team. Farhan's way of thinking is so ridiculous. He thinks if you do nothing, good things happen. You'll just grow as a team. You have to make something happen. You got to go out there and do something. You can't just let every other team do something and sit back.
I knew that he would be.
This is a joke. Passive. This is actually a joke. This is ridiculous.
He got rid of Soler and Cobb. That's it. Soler and Cobb.
And the one thing colossal failure of a deadline.
Look at the whole thing with Cobb. Wasted the whole year, paid him, didn't have to even pay him. And what did he get back from him? Who did Cobb go to again?
The Guardians.
19-year-old lefty.
Brez. The guy, most likely he'll be nothing more than an Eric Miller at best. And I don't even see that. The guy
this is the deadline to turn it around. All right, you could have gotten stuff for the future. This is ridiculous. Yeah. Farhan's the worst GM in sports. I'll say it. He has no clue what he's doing. This team has no direction. He is a joke of a guy, of a GM, and this is a joke of an organization. This is ridiculous.
Look at that, man. Coming from a young 20-year-old who knows his stuff, who played the ball game, already could see what's happening with Farhan. Look at Giants ownership. You are losing fans left and right. You hired a clown to run your organization, and look what you have to show for it. You're going on 5 out of 6 losing seasons with this guy, and you're going to run it back with him. Oh, my goodness.
You're pissing off the young fan base like Borum. You're pissing off the older fan base, the old schoolers like us. I mean, you're just even the casual fans that again they're hoping, hey, let's get in for the wild card. They're upset as well. So he's pissed everybody off. He pissed off the people that wanted to sell.
Giovanni says they're not losing fans. Park is filled with seats. Yeah, filled with people going for promos, little hats, and Mickey Mouse this, and
they are losing fans.
They're having to give away so much stuff, Giovanni, and they're reducing prices just to get people there. But they're not.
They got to do the country concert to draw people in.
Yeah,
Giovanni, I don't know how many games you go to or attend, but me and Dan,
way less full than it used to.
Yeah, me and Dan used to. Me and Dan have gone to a few games here in Arizona, and we have talked to Giants fans. Every time we see a Giant cap, we talk to them. And Dan, do you remember one person saying that they were on board? I think Dan asked the question, how do you feel about the front office? I think it's probably anywhere between 30 and 40 people we spoke to, maybe more. And I don't remember one person saying anything positive about Farhan in the front office. It was all, man, I don't know what they're doing. Man, where are they going?
There you go. There you go, Giovanni. Giants have made me go to one game in 3 years. Great job. And you know what? I was a season ticket holder through 22. After I saw what the disaster of 22 and I saw the direction of the club, I said, no mas, not going to give him my 12 grand a year for 2 prime seats in the club section on an aisle right next to the restrooms and concessions. Beautiful seats, beautiful view. Love going to the games. But when I saw the way the Giants were, what they were doing, I said, they're not serious. This isn't a serious team about winning. They're not trying to win, guys. They're trying to just stay. What they're trying to do is look like they're trying to compete, but make money and make lots of it. They don't want to lose money. You heard it yourself. The owner said, we want to at least break even.
Their number, just looked it up, they're number 10 in attendance. So to Giovanni's credit, they're still doing okay.
Oh, the Giants got Mark Canna.
The owners are making some money. But if that's all they care about, making money, then you just lost a lot of baseball fans.
Mark Canna.
Is he 35?
They're laughing at the Giants on here. The Giants are in it to win, and they started laughing. Farhan is so disrespected across. This is on MLB Network. They said the Giants are in it to win, and they started laughing. The panel.
I would love a poll of those fans that go to the ballpark to be asked: do you come to the ballpark to see a baseball game, or do you just come to the ballpark because it's just a fantastic?
Oh, it's another Melvin guy.
It's another place to post on your Instagram. I'm at Oracle. Look, I'm by the Willie Mays statue. Look at the Bay Bridge behind me. Like, really, I would love to pull that. I guarantee you half the fans that go there don't give a shit about what's going on the field. They don't. Give me my.
What did they give up for Canna?
Give me my 12,000 at Candlestick any day.
Listen, hold on, I want to hear something. They're asking, what's their plan? The Giants. They don't have an identity. They're talking about Dan O'Dowd, former GM. He says, what's their identity? And he asked the question, and they said they don't know.
Save that, Dan. See if you can save that.
How can I save it?
Can you live. Oh, it's like, okay. They might. This is Mark Canna this year. He's played in 93 games. He's 35 years old.
He's Slater.
He's hitting 231 with a 687
The
OPS.
Reds have traded Austin Slater to the Orioles.
He has 7 home runs.
What they get for him?
World Series, here we come.
D-backs get Nationals reliever Dylan Floro.
Oh, they're all coming out now afterwards.
Yeah.
So Canna is pretty much the Pollock of this year.
Yes. Unbelievable. What was his stats again? 231? How many homers?
7.
Jeez. Wonderful.
So
Let's bring all
will be
the
in
A's
Sacramento.
back.
Yep, Matos doesn't get a shot. It's not Matos. It's Mark Canna, 35-year-old Mark Canna.
Wait, why would you trade
What the heck is this
Soler
team doing?
and then trade for Can? How does that make
This
any
makes
sense?
no sense. It makes no sense. Why would you get rid of Soler? He was actually starting to produce, and you bring in Mark Canna? What?
Oh my goodness, Mark
Can
Canna.
Can we start talking 49er football?
You know, we're bringing all the A's guys back that used to be good.
Melvin wanted them.
Canna's the Wilmer Flores replacement, I'm pretty sure.
It's an A's reunion, man.
Is there any report on what we gave up for him?
Wow.
Not yet.
Can't be much.
Let me see if I can get. Hold on here. I will go one other spot and see if I can pull that up for you. Unbelievable.
Not that it really matters. Like, yeah, it's probably not anything big, but what a joke. Like, that's the thing. Why would you trade Soler? You're signaling, okay, we're going to start to sell. Great. But then we're going to go get Canna and Matos will be in Sacramento the rest of the, like, how does that make any sense?
It's ridiculous.
Giants are sending right-hand pitcher Eric Silva, I think.
Oh, Eric Silva. Okay. Yeah, he's down. Yeah.
What do you think the Giants players think about Farhan's moves?
Oh, they hate it. There was this video clip. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, for one moment, let's forget about what we think. We know what we think. We've said it repeatedly. Let's now just kind of get into the minds of the existing current roster. How do they feel about Farhan's moves to help the team?
Can you guys see
players
this?
themselves. I think they're pissed.
Here, look at this. Just watch this video.
Who's this in the video?
This is all right. So this is
Like
John Brebbia. Look.
So anyway, I thought Farhan was doing a great job.
You see, the players don't even respect him. That's John Brebbia. He's saying, so anyway, I thought Farhan's done a great job, and they just start cracking up.
Remember I said Webb tells it like it is? He curses in post-game conferences. He's very straightforward, honest. If he ever did leave the Giants, you want to talk about going off on somebody, he will completely go off on Farhan. Mark my words. If he leaves the Giants and they no longer are paying him, he will let it go.
Does Farhan have no self-awareness? Like, does he not remember?
None. Because when you're secure like that, when you have an ownership that will continue to re-sign you and continue to pay you despite doing a shitty job, you have so much security that you don't have to do your job well. Why? I'm going to get paid anyway, regardless. This ownership loves me. I make them money. We've been saying that for 2 years consistently. They're 10th in attendance, despite being an average to below average.
Hey, guys. Luciano is now back up, reported by Pavlovich, I believe, and also Blake Sable.
Okay.
Oh, that's about the only positive is Luciano's finally back up.
Luciano back up and probably in the lineup tonight is DH.
But this is why it doesn't make sense, okay? The whole thing, the narrative is, okay, we're going to trade Soler and we're going to give DH at-bats to Luciano. Okay, great. I agree with that. But then we're going to trade for Canna and Matos, you can go have fun in Sacramento. What?